a long way back now. What is going wrong at Arsenal? Tipped by many to take the next step and end their long wait for a Premier League title this season. Is Arsenal's challenge already over? Mikel Arteta's side, runners-up to Manchester City in the previous two campaigns, trail leaders Liverpool by 7 points after 10 games, following their 1-0 loss at Newcastle United on Saturday. Blackburn, in 1994, are the only team to come from further back after 10 games and win the title. They trailed Newcastle by 8 points, but had played a game fewer than the leaders. The only other clubs to recover a similarly sizable gap as the one Arsenal must now overcome were Manchester United in 2002-03 and Manchester City in both 2013-14 and 2020-21, with each of those sides trailing by 6 points after 10 games. Now 3 games without a win in the league, and having dropped almost half the number of points as they did in the entire of last season. Arsenal have fallen to 4th, below Nottingham Forest. There is still a long way to go in the season, but it is a long way back for Arsenal now. Former Gunners captain Martin Keown said on BBC's Final Score, "They only have themselves to blame for that. They have kept pace with City for the last 2 seasons, but they just were not at the races. It is going to be a difficult dressing room. Arsenal didn't turn up, didn't play like champions, and they are now nursing their wounds." Arsenal's poor form in numbers. Arsenal have fallen 1-0 behind in 4 of their past 6 Premier League games, as many as in their previous 31 games beforehand. The Gunners have conceded the opening goal in 3 successive away matches in the Premier League for the first time since December 2019, which was prior to Arteta's arrival as manager, having only lost one of their first 25 Premier League games in 2024 DW-1 D3. Arsenal have since lost 2 of their past 3 D1. The Gunners have lost successive away matches in the league for the first time since May 2022. In their 5 Premier League away games this season, Arsenal have had just 37 shots, 7.4 per game. Only Brentford 30 shots, 7.5 per game, have managed. Fewest shots on the road in the competition this term. We weren't our best version. Over the past 7 seasons, the top flight champions have dropped an average of 20 points during the course of their title-winning campaigns. Arsenal have already dropped 12, having surrendered 25 when they finished 2 points behind City in May. Manager Arteta, whose side went unbeaten and dropped just 6 points in their first 10 games last term, said, after 8-1 or 10 games last year, "We didn't talk about points, and we won't talk about it now. It's about how you react to that. We're not going to find the right words or answers to describe how we feel. We have to put it on that field on Wednesday night against Inter Milan in the Champions League. It's not about the hope of winning the title. It's about being our best selves every single week. Today we weren't our best version." Fortunately for the Gunners, Manchester City, champions in 6 of the past 7 seasons, also suffered defeat on Saturday, as Pep Guardiola's side lost 2-1 at Bournemouth. Speaking on TNT Sports, former England midfielder Joe Cole said, "I think this league title will be won by less points than for a long time, because there are too many good teams. A lot of people tip them for the league, but I am second guessing that now." When making their predictions before the start of the season, 11 of the 30 BBC TV and radio pundits said Arsenal would win a first title since 2003-04, but in the absence of captain and playmaker Martin Odegaard, who suffered an ankle ligament injury while on international duty in September, they have not made the start many anticipated in pursuit of ending City's dominance. Keown said, "They didn't show any of their personality, and Odegaard was missed more on Saturday than I have ever seen. It was a 7th different back 4 in the past 10 games for Arsenal, but the Newcastle goal was basics. They have been so good at that before." Former Liverpool defender Stephen Warnock said, "Odegaard is the key player for Arsenal. He's not afraid to give the ball away by hitting that killer pass. He's the one missing." They had overtaken one of the best teams in the world, and people were tipping them to win the league because they thought you were ready for that next step. It shows what pressure does